Hello, friends. This is Grunhaar, and welcome to episode 7 of minicast. I was planning to post another episode in March, but I got pretty busy. It was unexpected in a good way, though, and I nearly forgot that I'm hosting a podcast. I haven't told to anyone yet, but I had this personal rule to post 2 podcast episodes per month. So that's roughly 1 podcast episode every 2 weeks, right? It's been a month since I posted, so I guess I failed the streak. And I don't care that much anymore, to be honest. I'm back here anyway, so it's all good. We are good, my friends. Not a big deal, but I have to confess that I am a big tea drinker. Sure, most people who are in the same age range as me, like plus minus 5 years-ish, they tend to drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes, but I'm not into either of them. I just love drinking tea so much. Almost any kind, I guess. For example, green tea with matcha powder, or more authentic bitter ones from Japanese tea ceremony, or black tea like Earl Grey, Darjeeling, Chinese tea like oolong, pu'er, jasmine, or barley tea, rooibos tea, Ceylon tea, and etc. I like to enjoy the smell, the taste, the color, the experience, almost everything. I feel like my mind is at peace. It is my Zen moment. And to make it as a better experience, I would like to have a slice of cake or some kind of sweets with tea. They are actually my big win combo. Every time I enjoy a cup of tea and sweets, I feel so good, as if I won a gold medal in a competition or something. It ensures my happiness, so that's why I call it Big Win Combo. Not very frequent, I think. Almost once in a year, I visit fancy hotels to have afternoon tea experience. So, are you familiar with this afternoon tea concept, by the way? Let me explain. It is like a mealtime, usually takes place in the afternoon. Literally, it is usually served with a collection of tea, small sandwiches, scones, sweet pastries and cakes in a silver, tower-like 3-layered plates. I know it's pretty fancy, and this afternoon tea experience is not something you can afford very often. But hey, sometimes you gotta treat yourself. You gotta treat yourself because you are doing a good job every day. You can't be frugal and on full grind 24/7. And this is how I manage myself. I liked drinking tea since I was younger, and I drink perhaps 3 to 4 cups daily. So here's the breakdown. 2 cups in the morning, 1 cup in the afternoon, another cup at night while working on my artworks or music. I realized just now I sound like Sandra Lee meme saying 2 shots of vodka, and it was kind of funny. Anyways, I use not a regular sized cup, but a big one. I have my Yeti tumbler, so I looked up the content size, and it is almost 570 milliliter. That's a lot. See, I told you, I'm a big tea drinker. Although I labeled myself as a big tea drinker, I secretly think maybe I'm just addicted to caffeine. I also love to have a big cup of coffee, and sometimes, very rarely, have some energy drinks. I make it a rule to drink a certain amount of coffee because I won't be able to sleep at night. I'd be fully awake and it's painful to get to sleep. There was one time I had 3 cups of coffee in a single day and my fingertips started to tremble and I couldn't stop it. I took it as a danger sign, and ever since then, I try to contain myself not to have too much coffee. So I told myself, you can have this big cup of coffee in a day, but not more than that. And it's working great so far. I still have this urge to drink something besides water at night, so I drink some tea again, but without caffeine. I can't have green tea because they make you awake. Instead, I usually have barley tea and rooibos tea since they don't have caffeine in them. Oh, I just remembered something. It was years ago, but I had a chance to talk with a green tea expert, and he told me this funny story. So, back in medieval Japan, warriors drank green tea to prepare themselves for the upcoming battles. He said the effect of drinking green tea was pretty effective for them. It was something rare to consume back then because caffeine wasn't accessible as we are today. So, as a result, they actually got high and hyped up and engaged in battles. They fought bravely. We will never know if it's really real unless we have a time machine, but I want to believe it was true. It's a cool story. Okay, before we end this episode, I also have a small update to share. I think only few of you know that I have my YouTube channel, and recently I realized that now I have 4 subscribers, and it made me pretty happy. In other words, 4 people on this planet, on this floating dirt rock with water in a vast universe, they care about my content, and that's an impressive fact to me. You may think this is a small number, but for me, when I started my YouTube channel, my first intention was to use it as an archive for myself, for my own record of my activities. And the purpose stays the same. To have a big audience is not my ultimate goal, you know. I do these activities such as podcasting, making weird music, VTuber videos, just for fun. But if you follow and subscribe to my social platforms and you enjoy my contents, I'd be very happy. And I would like to emphasize that to any of you who are listening to this and are subscribed to my YouTube channel, I thank you so much, and it means a lot to me. I have several plans for upcoming videos, and hopefully you will like them. Alright, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and see you next time.